disposable camera. I don't know how to use it.
Oh, it don't like spit out?
How do you retrieve these?
How you turn the flash on?
Is it video now? Yeah, I think it might be a...
This way. All the way?
Get these developed. Where? Where's the plug-in?
Why is he so big now? Yo, move your head, bro. He back up. You know what? He don't want to be in it. And then I gotta do that all over.
I want to see it.
Should have fit the feet.
All right, scam. There you go.
Smile gang.
Action shot.
How do we see it?
I think me and you kind of share a similar story of, you know, coming out of high school and not really regarded as much. And then me, I didn't play at Illinois my first year, and you obviously went Division II.
Yeah.
So for us to both end up being first-round picks, obviously now you're in the finals.
Yeah.
Just kind of talk about how kind of defying odds has kind of helped you.
I think just continue to believe in ourselves. I mean, people always doubted us, said too small, whatever it might be, and just continue to work. And then just trusting, just playing the right way. I think that's what you really do well, is just play the right way, and that's why you're going to be successful.
Obviously, you're known for your defense. What has kind of, you know, that anticipation factor that you have? Obviously, you're physically gifted, but so are a lot of guys in the league. Like, what kind of separates you, in your opinion, from other guys?
I think sometimes I take some risks. Sometimes I shouldn't, but there have been some times where I've taken some risks and been rewarded for it. But I think just from a young age, being competitive and not really wanting to get scored on just as much as I want to score on somebody. So really looking at the game of basketball as two sides and trying to balance that out as evenly as possible.
Just want to see, what are your thoughts on what surprised you most about being here, both on the court and off the court? What was something that kind of stood out to you?
You know, there's definitely moments where I like, you know, pinch me because it's real. You know, I'm in NBA Finals, and everybody I've ever played against is watching. No matter if you are in high school, AAU, college, or even the NBA, you're watching the finals. So now it's just knowing that I have everybody, all eyes are on us. You know, you got to be able to, if you make a mistake, move on and learn from the mistake. But also, if you're having a good time, a good play, you can't be so overhyped about it because there's a lot going on before that you can't celebrate.
Last question.
Brandon from the Warriors. Obviously, big fan of your game, someone who I look up to and one of my game after. And some that I kind of stood out to me is, you know, obviously they're making you play a lot of isolation ball. And you do a really good job of, you know, using your off arm to, you know, get by people. But I also think you're really good at, you know, creating an advantage and keeping an advantage, and you're really good at, you know, keeping guys in your hip. And it makes the help defender kind of have to pick and choose what they give up. Just want to learn, just want to ask, you know, where you kind of got that from, and what's your thought process once you beat your initial defender?
I mean, first, I think I just look at how long the guys can be in the paint, you know, the low man. If it's time, it's like 2 seconds, he's going to go out, and then I think that's the moment to attack. And then if I just try to read the game. If he comes, you know, there's going to be a lob open in the corner. If you don't, I just take the lab. Following up 6 is something you guys have done, you know, throughout the playoffs, most notably against Indiana. In that first game there, you know, where did you learn that? Who did you learn it from? And what kind of made you want to implement that? And then the second question, how was your experience as a player helped you be a coach?
The first one, you know, I think our analytics department does a tremendous job. You know, Dave Sparks and the gang are as a conduit to that, and the coaching staff. And so we have a ton of conversations about what makes the most sense from an analytical perspective, and how do you constantly find small ways to give yourself the best chance to win, but also increase the chances of winning. And so in our department, that just makes the most sense to us. It gives us the best chance to win. It allows us to control the variables of the game, especially when teams don't have a timeout, which they did last night. So it's a credit to them, just bringing constant trends within the game that feel like give us an advantage and increase winning. You know, any chance you can go just a little bit 1% better, save a half a point, save a point, save 0.9 of a point, makes a big difference over time. So second one, I think just having an understanding of, from a player, just looking at the lens from a player's perspective. I think sometimes when you become a coach, you look at it from a coach's perspective, but at the end of the day, the world revolves around the guys and how they view things and the lens with which they look at things. And so you have to alter your communication, you have to alter your schedule, you have to alter things that puts the players in the best possible position to succeed. So a lot of the decisions that I make, it's like, what would I have wanted as a player? And so we have a ton of former players on staff that are able to help with that, so I think that's the biggest thing.
Talk to me about that corner three. I saw no hesitation, so just talk to me a little bit about that.
I've been working on that for a long time, slowly building on it, slowly building the confidence, but as soon as I got it, it was going right up. No second doubt in my mind. Yes, sir. I took that three from him.
Brandon, hi, nice to meet you again, all the way from Istanbul to Dallas, and right now we are here in the NBA Finals. How do you like it so far?
Dallas as a city is really nice. I like it. It's a great place, but the finals in specific, it's been obviously a one-sided series, but I think Dallas has a good opportunity to turn it around tomorrow.
And you coded as the best players in the world are the best passers. But when we looked, especially the game one, the assist average of the Dallas was very low, and you like a lot as a role model Luka Doncic. And how do you evaluate his performance right now?
Yeah, I think obviously it was part of the Celtics game plan to make him a scorer. Like you said, the best players are the best passers usually, and that's something that helps him because he loves passing, but also helps their role players. Like Josh Green, Derrick Jones, PJ Washington, all guys that, thrive off his ability to pass. And I think Boston's kind of took that away and said, you're going to have to score, and we're not going to let you pass, as evident with one assist in game one. So I think the last couple of games he's done a good job of trying to score more. And yesterday I think he had 6 assists. So each game has kind of gone up, but it's just like how can they kind of – They haven't been over 100 points yet in the series, so how can they kind of get over that hump in game 4?
Right. A lot of criticism is going on about Luka and about their game plan, but it's not what I'm about to ask you. What I'm about to ask you is if you criticize Golden State Warriors that they're not making to the NBA Finals 2024 and Dallas Mavericks are making it, what will be the main criticism about that?
I think the reason why we wouldn't make it would be probably our transition defense. I think in the half court this year we were top 10 in defense. So when we got teams to just play in front of us, we were really good. And I think it's partially just because, your offense coincides with your defense and vice versa. So taking a bad shot hurts your defense, and vice versa. You play bad defense, you have to take the ball at the net and play offense against a set defense. So I think for us, our biggest criticism would probably be, shot taking, what kind of shots we're taking, the shot quality of it, and then in turn the transition defense.
And congratulations on the NBA All-Rookie First Team.
Thank you.
And you made it, and you drafted as 19 from the 19th, and you were in the same team with the first pick, Victor Wemby. And how does it make you feel like? Do you feel like you accomplished a lot of things until now in your career?
Yeah, I think it's a sort of a stamp of approval, but it also shows that the number you pick has nothing to do with the things you can achieve. Some of the best players, Jokic was drafted 41, Manu was drafted in the 50s. So just not really caring where I was drafted, just being able to have an opportunity to show what I can do and show what I bring to the table. It was a sense of relief and a proud moment for me to be on that team.
And playing with, of course, everybody asking you the same question, but playing with Steph, Draymond, and Clay, what makes your team special, and what makes these 3 guys very special players in NBA?
Yeah, I think our team's unique just in the fact that you don't see in the NBA today a wide mix of very young and very old. Like we have a
we don't have many in the middle, but we have a lot of young and a lot of old. Right. And I think you either have a really veteran team or you have a really young team. Mm-hmm. And I think for us, we're putting that together and we're trying to make it work. And I think this is going to be our second full year of doing that together. So those little bumps in the road that we had last year, even though we were 6 games better than we were the previous year, I think we'll get better.
Mm-hmm. And Alperen Şengün, a Houston Rockets player. He's a very great player, young player, and the way that he is accomplishing his game style, he's putting it on another level is remarkable. What would you like to say about his performance in NBA in this league?
Yeah, I think each year he's been in the league, he's gotten better. I think you can see a lot of similarities between him and Nikola Jokic, just being able to score the ball at an efficient level, but also being able to pass at a high level. And he has a bunch of young talent around him. Jalen Green, the Thompson brother, Cam Whitmore, all guys like that, Van Vliet, all guys that are going to help him in the long run. And I think him individually, he's been a great player for them.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, what would you like to say to all the Turkish fans that are following, NBA fans that are following your games at 4 a.m. for Turkish time?
Yeah, I think, we appreciate that. We all do, not just me, but, everybody in the NBA. We appreciate the global support that we're given, especially from Turkey. We understand that, the games are early in the morning, so for you guys to follow, we appreciate that.
We love the game, and we love you guys, players that are putting all of their hearts on the court. Thank you so much for the interview. Thank you.